In my cycle, I was a soldier, not a scientist. Skilled in one art, killing. But I will help you fight. And the last thing the Reapers hear before they die will be the last voice of the Protheans, sending them to their grave. You may count on me. I am known as Javik.
The beacon nearly killed me.
Then communication is still primitive in this cycle.
What was your civilization like before the Reaper attack?
We were the dominant race of our cycle. We ruled the galaxy.
So more of you were supposed to survive into this cycle?
Yes. Under my leadership, a new Prothean empire would have arisen. More of my people survived?
No. But they did stop the Reapers from taking control of the Citadel in this cycle.
I'm happy to say our cycle is different. Most races cooperate, but they still remain unique.
Careful! Watch the containment shield!
I'd hope to never see one of those again.
They were much smaller in my cycle.
Cerberus isn't fooling around.
The end of a cycle always marks the beginning of chaos.
Who tipped you off about the females here?
Sorry, Shepard, but they're listening to every word we say. I prefer my Solarian liver served raw.
He is correct. It was a delicacy in our cycle. Solarian kidney is best served at room temperature. It is even better when the Solarian is still alive. The fear adds spice. For many, there may be no hope. The Reapers killed trillions in my cycle. The odds of being among the living are remote.
It's over. We'll never win this.
That could have gone better.
I assumed they wanted to hear the truth.
Not quite like that. Sometimes a little lie doesn't hurt.
This cycle has strange ideas about war. In my cycle, it is said the Reapers took this station in a matter of hours. To see its inhabitants fight back gives me pause.
You are welcome to share your feelings.
There is hope for those living now. There was none for my species. That is all. I still have much to learn about this cycle. In our cycle, entire planets were lost because a few leaders were indoctrinated. They urged their armies to fight one another.
Well, it ain't gonna happen here.
Traitors are the worst form of enemy. In our cycle, we would remove their limbs one by one and offer them a choice. Eat their own flesh or starve.
I wonder what it's like waking up 50,000 years later to a new galaxy.
I believe this cycle cares too much about what other species think. The strong flourished, the weak perished. The governments of your cycle seem concerned with ensuring the survival of all. The Tulomorian spy entered the enemy's camp and said to the Vanquisher, "I didn't know your parnaps could glow." That was the joke.
All right. I get it. Yeah, that was a good one.
No, it wasn't. I just made it up. The joke is now on you, human. You will believe anything. I do not think this James soldier understands me. None of these cycles seem to understand me. And I do not care.
What do you mean?
In my cycle, Quarians didn't need helmets to survive. You were the masters of your own planet.
That was a long time ago.
And if you hadn't given birth to the machines, you would still breathe the air that evolution intended.
I see. Liara warned me you weren't what she expected.
And nothing about this cycle is what I expected. Even primitive Quarians were considered attractive in my age. A pity no one can appreciate it now. Except for perhaps the commander.
People who just see the helmet can't see my expression, so I have to make it clear what I'm feeling.
What? How do you know?
I take it you had your own problems with AI?
The Jatil, they were as the Geth are to this cycle. Your reports from Tuchanka confirm the Rachni have returned and are on the move. Understandable. In my cycle, we use the Rachni as living weapons.
Weapons?
They were only animals then, without technology. Violent, but useful. When they became a problem, we burned 200 worlds to stop them. Commander, I did not expect to face the Rachni in this cycle, but I am not surprised. The Rachni were a force to be reckoned with, even in our cycle. Yet it seems our experiment evolved into this cycle's nemesis. Long ago, we saw the potential in your people. Even then, it was obvious. The wisdom, the patience. You were the best hope for this cycle, so you were guided when necessary. Protheans did not date primitives. We conquered them, enslaved them. We sometimes ate them, but we did not date them. Unless they were sorry. The things Liara does not know. How do you see with only 2 eyes? Evolution has taken a strange turn in this cycle.
We have a saying. Let all ghosts rest.
Then there is some wisdom in this cycle. There was no final battle against the Reapers in my cycle. A great moment lies before you, Commander. In our cycle, the races never came together. There was no rallying cry.
You came a long way, Javik. Further than anyone else here.
And I look forward to fulfilling my mission. But you are now the avatar of this cycle. The exemplar of victory. In my cycle, your kind were nothing more than appetizers. Would you prefer to be boiled or fried?
I think you're just a big, stupid jellyfish.
In my cycle, games of chance were punishable by death. Your customers would be executed.
Your cycle? Do you need a place to park or something?
That was an interesting experience, Commander. Do celebrations in this cycle always end with a murder?
Sure, we broke Trainer's toothbrush getting the hatch open. Remind me to reimburse her for that.
In my cycle, we flensed food from our teeth with our own biotic abilities.
Man, your cycle sounds like crap.
Commander, at times like this, my people had an ancient saying. Killer.
Your people had times like this? Because in our cycle, this is pretty uncommon.
That was relaxing. In my cycle, shore leave involved a higher body count. In my cycle, too many people in one room reached a high casualty rate if attacked. We should all be careful. In my cycle, this many species together was called a slave auction. I mean, a welcome to the Empire party.
I can eat.
In my cycle, we had food. Many of varieties.
You feeling okay?
I am Prothean. I never feel okay. Though this drink is changing that. Nothing in this cycle compares to the food of my people.
Maybe you should get cooking then, Javik.
Most of our ingredients are extinct. Except Krogan. Sarin, Durian, Larian, and Corian. Is there any we could spare? Be glad we are not participating in one of the games from my cycle. You would all lose horribly. Time spent being idle? Do you fear the crew will grow soft, Commander?
I think everyone could use the break.
This from the Asari who buries herself in studying Protheans day and night.
Good to know bickering like an old married couple has not changed since your cycle.
So, what games did you play in your cycle?
Good question. You don't exactly strike me as Mr. Playful.
There was one game. It has no name in your language. 3 teams met in the arena. Their strength, agility, loyalty, all were tested. The winners were honored, while those that lost...
You didn't, sacrifice the losers, did you?
Your cycle allows them to live?
Well...
I will never tire of tricking the primitives. That is a game I enjoy playing. day, the Protean Empire will rise again, and all the primitives will kneel before Javik.